Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction. It is for Overlord, Season 2, Episode 11. So you know what to do as always. If you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, watch it and enjoy it, and once you've done, come back here to hear me out. Please be aware that I named the episode whysoever Episode 10, my bad. But yeah, that's it already. See it, enjoy it, and come back. See you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. So, there was a lot of fighting, right? I mean, I kind of thought we would have, and I really feared we would have the clinch between all those from Netherrick and the adventurer group. But I didn't think that they would split up, all of them. I mean, in the end, that's always the worst thing you can do, split up. Why should they? But they did. So, well, we started off and I can only say what the heck. They were told to gather a group to attack there. But I didn't think that they would go in using, well, multiple guardians and additionally maids. So, I really thought they would take some normal troops, which are still OP as hell. And maybe one or two of the mates, something like that. But I didn't think something like this here would appear. So when this episode started, I was like, okay, that's it. I mean, who should stand against those? Even one of them. But those are multiple. I mean, let's just have a look. So we have Lupus Regina here, which we haven't seen in this episode. I'm still waiting for. Hopefully we will. We have Scholt here. I'm sorry. I was outside during Easter and I'm still a little bit sick. So Scholt here, which will definitely cause an issue. Even if she's told to stay inside. I am not sure who will meet her, but I guess she's staying in the mansion. But I think there's a possibility that either Brain will meet her, which will be disastrous, because I don't know how he will react. But I somehow think more that it will be possibly the Royal Head Warrior who will meet her somehow on the way. And he heard of her now. So that's interesting. We have C42, which will be nice to see as well. Especially after seeing what Entoma is able to. I really look forward to see what C42 is doing. Yeah, well, okay, we have Solution, who's going with Sebas, so we seen her by now. Aura, which I will talk about a little bit later, but holy heck. We have Alpha there, and we have Entoma and Demiurge. So, seriously, I don't see anyone stopping them at all. Okay, they're going in one by one now, so we will have a bit of fighting, but I don't, I can't get it that they send in like a full force. So, Demiurge is the one having the command, is the one in command. He's rubbing it into the face of Sebas again. Sure he is. You know, the love between those two can't be denied. And the interesting thing is that there's one person they are not allowed to kill, and I'm pretty sure he did not show Tuara here. I guess he is showing someone else. So there is someone else important for their plan. I guess Momon is part of the idea. He knows what's going on. I'm a bit surprised he appeared in the end of the episode, but I think it's not him, but we will talk about that. So Demiurge has something else in mind, which he calls Plan Gehenna, and it is something that he did not show, he did not say, as long as Sebas was there. So I can only guess that Sebas is not informed whatsoever. So who is it Demiurge wants to keep safe additionally? We can go free roaming with guessing, you know. It could be Princess Renna, it could be the Royal Head Warrior, because we know that Momoa kind of liked him. I mean, it's more this He rescued him once, so why kill him now? But it could be like anyone now. Seeing from how the episode evolved, it might be Evil Eye. Might be. Whoever he or she is, yes, she seems to be female, but man, she's wearing a cloak and a mask. She can be anything. So then we jump to the good guys, wearing mithril armor and dyeing them instantly. So they have like, I don't know, wax dye, which they just put on and magically it dyes your armor. Okay. So mithril light, very protective, as we all know. But it's surprisingly silent, so he can use it for sneaking. Okay, I can see that one. And we have met another Orichalcum class adventurer, Lockmire, which in my opinion will die very soon, because he has a name now. I mean, every adventurer we have seen so far, except for this one group now, has died within the next 2 or 3 episodes. Okay, there's this one red-haired guy. Oh. The one they're not killing might be the red-haired girl as well, because she has seen short hair. So maybe. So they went in, especially Sebas met up with the good guys, accidentally. I wouldn't be surprised if he knew it, you know. And he told them to sneak in and rescue Terrare, and he will take on the fingers. So, or not on the fingers, on the 6 arms. 5 of them. So that went pretty quick. So it shows you a lot. They gathered a real army there on the inn-yard. They had people watching from the top, which shows you that this society really has problems. I mean, this is once again ancient Rome, where people went to the stadium to see fights, but in some cases those were not for like first blood or anything like that. Sometimes those fights were until the death of one side. So I am not really happy with people fighting until their death, and it tells you something about the people that watch stuff like that. So, and there seemed to be more than just 1 or 2. It was some dozens, possibly richer people, who had some kind of depravity, who are really down already in their ethics. So they wanted to see that. Well, they got to see some people dying. Not the ones that they thought. Zero is not there, so he possibly thought like they will do it easily by their own, which normally would be right. It's a little bit sad that we did not see the 6 fingers really fighting, because it was over instantly. It's once again one punch Sebas ending it all. But well, what did you expect just by the power level? So he killed off 4 of them, took especially delight in killing off the king of the undead, which I can completely understand. And the boys rescued Terrare. Or didn't they? Because by the way that she lay in the cell and the way that she reacted, I sense a trap. I would say it's a trap somehow. Either Zero can, I don't know, like transform himself, or he put on an illusion spell, something like that. Or it is someone else we don't know yet who has this ability. But I would guess it is maybe Zero, who is in the cell and acting as though he is Terrare, and just transformed or illusioned himself. So the guys who just arrived there will have a problem. But seeing it is Climb, who we know is not the toughest fighter, but he's determined. So he will possibly not really stand a chance against Zero. We have Brain Anglos. In my opinion, that will be someone who carries the fight, if it is Zero. And we have this Orichalcum class adventurer, who's not strong enough, but having invisibility and similar stuff, maybe he can help a bit. So it will be 3-on-1, I guess, until Sebas and Solution arrive. Hopefully. But the question is now, where is Terrare if she isn't there? So she is possibly at another destination. I mean, there was one an 8th place, the last place, 8th, sorry, where the adventurers wanted to go last, wanted to meet up. So maybe she's there. I just hope she's alive, because otherwise that would be interesting to see how Lord Ainz will react if someone he told to defend has been killed. So there was this part, and then we went for Aura and Entoma. Well, I mean, there's no question that Entoma is frightening, and there's sheer horror in what she does. And other members of the Tomb of Netherrick we have seen before have their very own way of being frightening. But Aura and Mare, looking like sweet little kiddish elves, and always, you know, nice and jolly, and you know, you feel like Santa has to come along because the elves are there, you know? They just seem to be nice. And then just like breaking legs, taking her at the back of her head and pulling her out of the house. Just like, well, it has to be done. Oh, it's nothing personal, you know? That is horror. Sorry, but that is frightening. Because if someone is evil and he glares into your face and says, I'm evil and I enjoy it, okay. But if someone just looks nice and friendly, that's how those horror movies with a little child work. It's exactly this idea. It is this, what the heck is wrong with this kid? Which is not a kid. So, man, okay, they pulled away this one woman. I have no clue who she is. I can only guess she's one of the fingers, possibly. Would make sense. And then when they just wanted to leave, so she had some guards, I guess, because Entoma was chewing. When they just wanted to leave, the adventurers arrive, which is bad timing. Or good timing, depends on how you see it. So it first was just Gagaran against Entoma, which was pretty one-sided, no question there. But you can see how tough she is by the fact that she at least survived 2 blows from Entoma. So Entoma cut through her armor and you could see blood spilling out. So Gagaran really had no real chance. But she's tough, so she holds her ground. It's interesting to see that Entoma is completely fighting using vermin. So she uses them as shields, as armor, as weapons, as magic effects. In the end, she just throws vermin. So she's more neither like a queen bee, like a hive. She's a major vermin thing. And even her face is a worm, and even her tongue is a worm, which, and that, you got to think about that. This tongue vermin, absorbed the screams and the voice of a human being, so that it can then use it as the own voice. Which means she possibly killed a woman just for the voice. Or while she killed a woman, she was like, oh, nice voice, I will take that one. That is, yeah, once again, not the good guys. We are watching, I'm not sure to say the evil ones, but at least the neutral ones doing stuff. We are not watching the good guys here. So she beat Gagaran. That was more neither fast, as I said, surprisingly tough girl on the other side. And then Tia appeared, saved her ass, and joined the fight. Not that they would have had a chance then. It still was like one-sided. And was about to end as well. Although Tia, by using her kind of teleportation shadow ninja skills, did put in more mobility, which Gagaran didn't have. But still, 2-on-1, they had no chance. And then we see the appearance of a really interesting person. So, Evil Eye. Who is she, he, it? Because it is someone, I mean, there are 2 things here. She has her very own spell against vermin. which is why she inflicts so much damage on Entoma. It makes sense that she beats her. So even if she would be less level than Entoma, that would make a major difference. If you are specialized against something and this one is fighting against you, you can even beat it when you're lower level. It makes sense. But Evil Eye stated that, in her opinion, she is higher level than Entoma is. And later on we see that Demiurge agrees, at least, that she is a higher level in general than the other adventurers. So there are many questions here. Sure, the one question is, why do you join with those adventurers? You don't need them at all. The other is, who are you? How did you obtain such a high level? So she really put up a fight. She, in the end, the three of them beat down Entoma. They completely crushed her. She was about to go. She was about to die. And Demiurge had to come and rescue her. Which leaves the question about Evil Eye. In my opinion, she's possibly not a human then. Because humans are like capped, you know? We have seen that level 30 cap, adamantine class cap. You're not going higher in most of the cases. Or we haven't seen anyone going higher at all. So question might be if she is something mixed, of a mixed race, you know, or if she has some specific items or anything else that improved her power level. But seeing that she hides her face behind the mask, one can only guess who she is. For a second, I just thought she might be Princess Renna, which would be interesting, you know. Just by statue and everything, it would be fitting. And we have never seen the two of them in the same room at the same time. But running around all the time with adventurers couldn't work with the schedule of the princess. So it simply cannot be her, because the princess has to be in the castle all the time. So question still stays, who or what is she? Is she possibly a player from the past of Yggdrasil? I'm not sure, and I don't think so. But she is definitely someone who is important and for sure interesting for the tomb, because it is Monita the first enemy who has a high level which can match at least a bit with those of Nazarick, which more than just could match when it came to Entoma. So I'm really interested into learning more about her. So Demiurge appeared. He tried, how to state that? He tried to be nice. He tried to not to kill anyone, but as he stated, he underestimated the power differences between Tia Gagarin and Evil Eye. So when he put a area effect that you cannot leave a specific area unless getting damage, he accidentally killed them. I'm not sure about that one. I mean, he apologized, so it might be true, but on the end they were already fleeing, so what? And I think he's too clever to really do that. And he is a devil. So I wouldn't be surprised if those deaths were not so much of an accident. However, that said, I mean, I will not distrust him here. If he says they are dead, they possibly are. Which is a problem, because I really like this group. Again, I like the last adventurer group as well, and they are dead too. So he's easily overpowering whatever Evil Eye is. He is able to beat her easily. Interesting is that she seems to kind of recognize him. She knows maybe not who he is, but at least what he is. An abomination above abominations, very fitting. So she thinks she can stand her ground for a very short amount of time, and then she wanted to teleport, which he already stopped. So he put the dimensional anchor there, so you cannot teleport away. A very classy spell in the D&D universe. It's you just need it on high level, because that's a typical thing if you're losing your teleporting. So up to this moment it was clear what's going on. He was about to whoop her ass, and he wanted to take her alive, which I can see. And then we have the appearance of Momoa. And now it gets interesting. What the heck? There are multiple things. One is this really Momoa or not? So talking, is this really Lord 1? Because on the one hand, it would make sense. Because you can position him as a adventurer who is going against evil. So here fighting against Demiurge. Might be an option. So it might be 1. But on the other hand, I remember that he said he has no time at the moment. He's busy with something else. So that's why he sent in Demiurge and the others. So why would he appear now on like a secondary role, you know? So I'm not sure. It may be a play that they are doing to position Momoa as the hero again, as someone rescuing important people. But it could be that it is, I don't know, maybe something like an illusion from one of the members we see in this nice picture here. It might, I don't know, I'm not sure what C42 is able of. Maybe it's her transformed into Momoa. She is some kind of a robot, so maybe she can change her outer appearance. It might be an illusion from Demiurge, as I said. I have no clue. I'm pretty sure it is not another adventurer stuff alike who represents himself as Momoa, because why? The ones that would send in Momoa can only be from the Tomb of Nazareth, in my opinion. So question is it the real 1 or is it not? If it is not a really going against each other. It is something they scripted before, something they wanted to go with before. So the fact that he is asking, who of you is my enemy, makes it even more strange, you know? Because it shows us that it is a game. If it would be 1, he would know who Demiurge is. So he wouldn't act like that. So we will see what's going on. I think it is possibly something like how to say, like a trap, like a game, like a play. And I wouldn't be surprised if this scroll we see here in Demiurge's hand is something like a summoning of a being, so that he summoned him there. That's my idea. So he's like playing to show Momoa as a good guy, as a good hero who rescued Evil Eye. So he has another kind of puppet he can manipulate in the future. Which brings me to the end of this. So the other characters we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen Alpha, we haven't seen Lupus Regnor Beta or C42. So those 3 possibly will appear in the next episode, I hope. I'm not sure if we will see the fight in the next episode already. Of Demiurge and Momoa. So maybe they will skip it for another. But I wait for those other girls to appear, and whatever is going on with Short here. Is she really just laying low? I am not sure. That's, however, something we will see in the future. It will be interesting. I kind of hope we might have something like a revival of the 2 dead adventurers. I mean, if Momoa wins, maybe he does something like that. Maybe they were not really dead. I'm not sure. And yeah. What's going on with Zero? What's going on with Toara? Those are the big questions. Still waiting for the next episodes. So, I hope you liked it. I liked it for sure. It was a very nice episode. A lot of fighting, always a good thing. And until the next time, please feel free to comment, to like, and to subscribe. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.